Everybody, it's me, Terri Hardin. That's right, it's Terri. Gosh, it's been a long time since I have done a broadcast, and I have to tell you, it's been a busy year. Wow. So I just flew in from Florida. I had some personal appearances in Orlando and an amazing place called The Villages, and it was fantastic. And it's been a year. It's been an amazing year. Like, people found the rock I was under and are asking me to speak, which really touches my heart. I seem to be making a difference. Let me say that again with confidence. I'm making a difference. And today I wanted to talk to you because you all know me and how I feel about retellings of something that has been told fairly well. And that would be the Harry Potter movies. Wow. Now, we know that a lot of you all love these Harry Potter movies, and I think they are amazing as well. I always thought the books were much better, as many do, but that is obvious, isn't it? If you're a reader and the book is this thick and they have to make a movie that's only this much time, of course the book is going to be better because it gets to go into more detail, doesn't it? And have more fun. Uh, I really like the Harry Potter movies. This here is a wonderful and fabulous Harry Potter's wand. And I was invited to Universal when the attraction opened at Universal Studios, California, to be a part of the first experience of the Harry Potter experience. I had seen it in Florida, but coming here, I thought it was sensational as well. And as we exited, they gave me this fabulous wand. So you go around. This is one of the supercalifragilistic ones with the little tip here. And if I go to camera 2 just to show you, here it is here. It's a little bit hard to see, but trust me, there is a reflective light here. Let's see if I can't really catch the light, but trust me on this one. And what you do is you point it at certain things in the attraction, the Harry Potter portion of the attraction at Universal Studios Hollywood, and things happen. So you can make boxes open and you can create real magic, and it's super super fun. And this is actually a replica of Harry Potter's actual wand that he used in the films. Isn't that cool? One of the things I also want to point out to you is that presentation is by far one of the best things, that if you're going to have a product, it should be an experience from the first time you open the box. So if I show you here, I'm going to get in the corner over here. Well, let me go in the corner over here. That's better. The box is like this. On the end, it has the gold insignia that says Harry Potter wand on it. You can't really read it, but trust me, it's a big wand. When you take this off, what's really cool is that from the get-go, you fall in love with it. Okay. You just fall in love with it. And one of the things is this beautiful map that you can unfold and get into the Harry Potter world. Now, most of you probably know this. On the back, it shows you how to cast spells. It shows you where to cast spells. And then on this side, it shows you the map, which is just gorgeous. Folded out, beautiful, saying that it's got Hogsmeade, see it, cool. And then it also has this lovely little thing that fits in to make sure that this stays where it's supposed to stay, safe and nice, and then this on top. So everything is really beautifully done, and it makes a very nice piece of something, right? Woohoo! Yes, absolutely awesome. And it's big. Look at how big it is. Anyway, so that kind of proves that I'm a fan. However, when I went to the special viewing of it at Universal Studios North Hollywood, slow it down, Terri. It's a very crazy day. They gave us one on the exit, and I was really excited to be the recipient of Harry's wand. It was really, really cool. But this brings me to a brand new series by HBO that is going to debut around Christmas 2026. And there's been a lot of blah, 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 blah on social media. And so I got very curious about it because I thought, why would you just take cast younger kids and cast it and then pretty much tell the same story because the books are no different, right? Ah, au contraire, mon ami. So while I was watching an amazing news station, KTLA Channel 5, which has been my favorite since I was this big, I decided, I heard about a special that was going to air on Easter Sunday. For those of you who celebrate Easter, that's for me, Easter Sunday. And it was going to be happening in the evening. And I think it was going to be on one of the television channels. But like many of you, I don't really watch live, broadcast television anymore. I'm a streamer. And that's because I don't watch a lot of TV. So when I do, I just felt like streaming was the better way to go nowadays. You can, of course, have an antenna hooked to your TV and get it all for free because it's still broadcast over the classic waves. But we decided to stream, and we have a couple channels, and one of the ones that we have is HBO Max. I happen to love HBO Max because I'm a fan of a lot of stuff that's on HBO, and it's HBO or it's Max or it's HBO Max. All of those boil down to HBO. HBO, it's announced that this is a production they're doing. And so I didn't have to hunt for it on television, nor was I locked into the time broadcast television was going to share it with all of you. All I had to do was go to HBO, pull it up, and find out when it was going to drop yesterday. And that was at 12 p.m. Pacific time, and I watched it. It's just under a half hour, and basically what it is a behind the scenes look at this new Harry Potter creation. And let me tell you something, it's going to be good, guys. I think you should withhold your upset and see it's coming from me, Terri Hardin. I don't like tracing. I hate tracing. I don't like when somebody redoes a movie just on a different day, but it's the same thing. Okay, so just don't like it. Live actions of animations that just suck, right? So this is not the case with this new Harry Potter. I want you to give it a try around Christmas and to inspire you if you can get on HBO, or if you know someone who has HBO, or you need to see this if you haven't seen it already. And I'd love for you to post in the comments what your thoughts are, because it is amazing. What they did, just so you know, without giving you too many spoilers, is that they brought back as many of the creators who gave us all that delicious art on the original, what was it, 7, 8 films? It's hard to count. But I remember loving the artwork, loving the hall, loving the hat, loving the effects, loving the outfits, the costumes, the sets, everything. I went crazy for the art. And I also thought the characters were very, very fun to watch. And so uh, I wasn't exactly completely enveloped in the movies, but enough enveloped that I at least went and saw them later on. I didn't have to see them right away. I never was one of those people that had to have a first edition like many of you, but I did love it. And I loved behind the scenes. I love, love, love behind the scenes. So there was a boxed set that came with a crystal, and it didn't come with the Quidditch, but it came with like a pin from the Quidditch, I think. Anyway, the key thing is it came with all the videos, and all the videos had the behind the scenes. And at that time, it was the only way you could get to see the behind the scenes. And that's what I feed off of. I love behind the scenes and how did they do it and such and such. Right after that, I went into London, and then I actually got to go where they have the actual sets, the actual props, the actual audio animatronic figures, etc., etc. And that is a magical place. If you can go to London and see the Harry Potter exhibit there, it is incredible. Having been a puppeteer for years with the Jim Henson Company, I'm very, very much aware about audio animatronics. No, I don't build them, but I sure know how they work. Being an Imagineer, I did a lot of the model work, so they have some beautiful models. But I have to say, what captivated me were the sets, the full-size sets. Um, Dumbledore's, what would you call it? Lair, Hubble, Hovel, Quiet Place. In any case, absolutely gorgeous. And when you get to walk around and see the detail that they put in these movies, like the snake door, I must have played with the snake door a million times because you can actually operate the snake door, lock and unlock it. Yeah, they had to pull me away from that. So fantastic, fun, wonderful. I went with a great group of people. My friend Demian and his two girls. We went, and the youngest looks just like Hermione, and they were dressed up in their uh, uh, magical out, the gowns. So they were both from, I think they were both from Harry Potter's uh, school. They weren't Slytherin, and they weren't, but I think they were with Harry Potter's, and so they had the scarves, they had everything, and then Damien wore a shirt that said Harry Potter Forever or something like that. It was really, really wonderful. And we saw things like the train. We got to pose on the train. We walked on the bridge. We looked at the house where poor Harry was with the Muggles. It was fabulous. I highly recommend it. So, why am I telling you all of this? Because the art is such detail and so beautiful that it was wonderful to watch this special yesterday and see the same people. So, this production went out of their way to find the people who were responsible for the art, casting, and costuming, and wherever criteria. If you've ever made films before, this is a big deal because that's the thing that kind of irritates me the most. You might get producers coming back, but that's not where the magic happens, in my opinion. It can, but what really makes a world magical is the people who build within it. And you will find when you watch this special that if they couldn't get the person, they got the son or the grandson or relatives that had been assistants back in the time of the movies and are now the leads in this one. The costuming section alone in this special will knock your teeth out. The detail that they went through, the work that they went through. Casting talks about how many children they saw for this new cast of Harry Potter. And when you hear these numbers, if you have ever sat through any kind of a casting session, whether you are casting or you are auditioning, when you hear these numbers, you'll go, oh, how did you do it? And they looked and listened to every person who auditioned in the UK. They went to various places all over the UK, the London, Scotland, all over to find these children because the casting director says how important the camaraderie between our three major wizards has to be powerful. Yes. And that Harry has to have that something that allows you to be enveloped in the stories because, yes, it's a new world of readers. But more important than that, the original Harry Potter is a bit too old to go back to the role. So that's the same with all of them. And I think if you talk to them, they would endorse this wholeheartedly and say, my gosh, this is so exciting. But the main reason HBO decided to do it is because it's a series. It's not a movie. It's a series that they have already committed to, as it sounded like on the special, for 8 years. 8 years. Why did they do this? Because they're going to tell the books a little more detailed, like those of you who are super califragilistic Harry Potter fans want. In other words, they're going to dig into the books because they have a bunch of episodes to tell the story. So they are taking the movie as kind of like a springboard, and then they're going to flesh it out just for you. Now, sure, you might have liked to have the original cast, but they age. Oh, this is a challenge. Unless they're played by puppets, or dare I say something like AI, blah, then you got to have new kids. But you've made it so the new actors, because there are some that we are going to miss, aren't we? We're going to miss many actors who have passed away, Dumbledore for one, that we can't get anymore, Maggie Smith for another. they've crossed over. And so they worked very hard to find people who could help us feel this new generation of Harry Potter being told, but this time super detailed. So if you're on the fence about this series, I highly encourage you to watch this special. Find it, watch it, listen, and learn, because HBO has gone out of their way to make this magical. I am so excited to see it, because that's one of the problems, isn't it? When you're reading a beautiful book and your mind is creating all of the images inside, and then you go and it's cut to shreds. This was my problem with the first film, which is why I rarely read the book before I saw the movie. I saw the movie first and then I read the book, because I knew I would enjoy the book as a reader, but I didn't want to be disappointed in the movie. Does that make sense? So this is why I say to you, if you are an avid lover of Harry Potter, and who's not? I mean, really, 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 this is an opportunity for them to flesh it out. The creatures world, where they had to cherry pick for the movie which creatures were going to be introduced in the films. Now they're able to open those books up and have more time, episodes, episodes, episodes to tell the Harry Potter stories. And I, for one, say, go! And you know me, I don't like tracing, but this is not what they're doing. Yes, they have to be true to the books, but they get to flesh them out. And one of the sequences in this special shows you some of the creatures that I have been able to introduce and how they work. Super cool. And things like that. The worlds that they built realistic, full size sets, and they built them in a way that they have to last, because they have to last 8 years. They have committed to 8 years of production. At least this is the way it sounded to me on the special. I'll bet a lot of it has to do with how many people are going to tune in. But I got to tell you, I had to come and tell you, this is something you want to do. Don't diss it when you haven't seen it, okay? Because you're going to be shooting yourself in the foot. This is what I'm going to tell you. It is amazing. You're going to see amazing art. You're going to see amazing worlds come to life. And it looks like these people did the detail like they did in my wand. They did not screw around. They did not lazily come to work. They came with love, excitement, because many of them talk about how the movie restricted them. It had to. It was a 2-hour film, if lucky, 2.5 hours. But in this case, they got, how many episodes? I don't know how many episodes, but let's say they have 8 episodes. That's 8 hours to tell a story, right? And it looks like each season dedicates to a book. Now, I don't know. I have no inside knowledge, but that's what it looked like. And that has got to be getting you going if you're a Harry Potter fan. If it doesn't, I can't help you. But please post in the comments and tell me how you feel, because social media has been ripping these kids apart, and the kids are not at fault for anything. If you were a kid, you would be auditioning for this. So would I. Okay. And to tell you something, I wouldn't even care if I was a lead. I wouldn't care if I was one of the three. I would just want to be one of the wizardy kids going to that school as one of the many that fill the atmosphere. I'm telling you, I would have flown to the UK and said, please put me in this thing, because I just love what I look at. I mean, to be able to escape into that world. Any of you who cosplay have got to be feeling the electricity in this. When you see this, you're going to go crazy. You are going to go crazy, because they aren't going and looking at a Maggie Smith, for example, and saying we got to duplicate what she's wearing, because you've got different people. Also, the Muggles are in a different time, I believe, and that is cool. So they're just changing it up a little bit, because of course the books leave you wiggle room, but they're also doing some fantastic work. A lot of the costumes are really thinking about our planet, and especially the ones for the lead characters, where they want it to be a certain, like, organic you know, type of cloths and stuff. Oh, it's just so magnificent. You guys are going to love it. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you, but it really looks good. And I'm surprised because at first I thought, why would you repeat it? But it's amazing. It's just, guys, it is just so, so cool. So see that, go Google it, whatever, look it up, watch it, and if you think I'm wrong, feel free. I'm open to you telling me in the comments what your thoughts are, or depending on where you're watching it, what your thoughts are and how you feel about it. I want to know what you have to say because this is America and you have a right to your opinion, don't you? And so do I. But this is really, this to me this is one of the things I'm more excited about than anything that has to do with Star Wars. And you know how I love Star Wars. Anything that has to do with Disney, and you know how I love Disney. This is something that's going to really blow the doors off of the industry, I think. And I'm really, really proud of them. And I wanted to be one of the voices to say, good job. If it's an idea that many say you're crazy for doing, you're onto something. That's what I always say. You're onto something. Don't let someone else tell you how to do something, okay? Especially when it's something this delicious. This is going to be good. I am really, really impressed with the meticulousness that they did. They do it like me and my sculptures and my art. I always create an experience when you open the box of one of my sculptures. And I always create an experience as best I can when I see you and when I speak with you. I vividly tell the story. And I don't even have a wand. Until next time, do something do something nice for someone else. It will make you feel a whole lot better. In today's world where often depression seems to reign and mental health can be a challenge for many of us, if you go out and donate your time to a charity or someone you care about, it's as simple as maybe making a phone call to someone you haven't talked to in a while. This is going to radiate through your heart as that joy reconnects with you, and it will help you get past some of the issues that you have. Is it the end all beat all solution? No, but it's definitely a good first step. It's just a fun way to help you feel better about yourself by helping someone else. Yeah. The great Zig Ziglar used to say, if you help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want. So, with that, I will see you hopefully next Tuesday. I know I've been doing my best, but there's some really cool things I want to tell you about. But today I just wanted to come in and let you know this is something worth your attention. I love you. I care about you. And hello and bye for now.